One of the quiet struggles of modern life is the pressure to define yourself all the time. Everywhere you turn, someone is asking you to prove who you are. Build your personal brand. Find your purpose. Make yourself visible. Be successful enough to matter. Be unique enough to stand out. Be approved enough to feel secure. And for a while, that can feel motivating. But it can also become exhausting. Because if your identity depends on performance, you have to keep performing. If it depends on approval, you have to keep being liked. If it depends on success, then failure starts to feel like the end of you. 1 Peter 2 verse 9 gives a better foundation. But ye are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, an holy nation, a peculiar people, that ye should shew forth the praises of him who hath called you out of darkness into his marvelous light. This verse is speaking to believers about who they are because of what God has done. It is not saying Christians are better than everyone else. It is saying they belong to God in a special way, for a special purpose. That phrase, peculiar people, can sound strange today, but it does not mean weird for the sake of being weird. It means belonging to God. Set apart. Treasured. Claimed by him. In plain language, your identity is not floating loose in the world. It is held by the God who called you. And notice the movement in the verse. God calls his people out of darkness and into his marvelous light. That means Christian identity begins with rescue. You are not saved because you already had everything together. You are not called because you were impressive enough. You are brought into the light by grace. That changes the way we think about purpose. Purpose is not just finding the one big thing that makes your life feel important. It is living as someone who belongs to God wherever he has placed you. In your family. In your work. In your church. In your friendships. In private decisions nobody else sees. In how you speak, forgive, serve, create, wait, and endure. The verse says God's people are called to shew forth the praises of him. In other words, your life is meant to point beyond yourself. That does not mean every moment feels dramatic or spiritual. Sometimes purpose looks ordinary. Being faithful when no one applauds. Choosing honesty when lying would be easier. Showing mercy when you could stay bitter. Praying when you feel dry. Encouraging someone who feels forgotten. Doing small things with love because you belong to Christ. Modern life often tells you to look inward until you finally discover who you are. Christianity invites you to look first to God. Who made you? Who loved you? Who redeemed you? Who called you? Who is shaping you? When those questions become your foundation, you stop needing every human opinion to carry the weight of your identity. You can receive correction without being destroyed. You can face failure without believing you are worthless. You can serve without needing constant recognition. You can wait without assuming your life has no meaning. Maybe you are in a season where your purpose feels unclear. Maybe your role has changed. Maybe you feel behind. Maybe you are comparing your life to someone else's highlight reel and wondering if you missed your calling. But God's word brings you back to what is solid. You are called out of darkness. You belong to God. You are invited to live in his light. And today, your purpose begins with the next faithful step in front of you. The takeaway: you do not find your identity by proving yourself to the world, you receive it from the God who called you into his light.